Hey there, Hoop fans. This is P-Double welcoming you to the very first episode of ABL Crossover. Let's quickly go courtside to Caroline, who's at the season opener with a very special guest.
All right, guys, we're still right here at Mahaka Square for the first game commencing for ASEAN Basketball League 2013 Indonesia Warriors versus the San Miguel Beermen. I have the privilege and honor to be right here next to the U.S. Ambassador Mission to ASEAN, Mr. David Carden. How are you? Welcome. I would like to ask you your personal opinion about ASEAN Basketball League as the pioneer of a basketball league in the Southeast Asia region.
Well, as I said a few moments ago on the court, sport is a common language. And ASEAN, as it's trying to move through its agenda to unify the region, is looking for common languages. Sport is one of those languages, and this league is an example of the best of that kind of common language. Soccer, basketball, whatever it may be, for young people as well. So this is something that people throughout the region can share, and they can understand one another better.
Right. Especially, I would like to ask you about the mission from the U.S. Embassy of Indonesia, the mission for the ASEAN countries. Same as ASEAN Basketball League, our mission is to connect from people to people of ASEAN countries. What about yourself, sir?
Well, we're faced with so many opportunities in the region and so many challenges as well. And the countries need to work together to manage those opportunities and those challenges. We need to develop the kind of common language that's necessary to do so, to break down borders, to understand one another more deeply. These kinds of opportunities where people can gather together from different countries and the like are extremely important to that. And the U.S. mission to ASEAN supports all those types of interactions in a variety of ways.
Mr. David Carden, thank you very much. U.S. Ambassador to Mission of ASEAN. And guys, don't go anywhere. Still a lot of things to see right here at ASEAN Basketball League 2013.
The season opener took place on January 11th at Mahaka Square in Jakarta with a commemoration to the late Andre Mamuaya, co-owner of the Indonesia Warriors, after suffering a fatal accident this past off-season. The new logo, along with the rest of the 2013 teams, were introduced visually on the court before field reporter Ilyani Hidranto caught up with the new ABL CEO Anthony Macri.
Now let's turn to the 2013 ABL season. We're back with 6 teams this time, and very competitive, as you can see, you will see too. But prior to the season, there was some parity. What do you think about that?
Well, I think, the most important thing when it came into this season with 6 teams in 6 countries is the amount of parity that we have. We have a lot of teams that can be very competitive on any given night. I think we could see a situation where going into the last few weeks of the season, anyone can make the playoffs, and that just makes an exciting experience for our fans, and that's really what it's all about.
And what a better fit to open the new season by pitting last year's finalists for our first game of the season. The defending champion Warriors were able to re-sign key imports Steve Thomas and Stanley Pringle while keeping most of the team the same. Meanwhile, the visiting Beermen, with a complete overhaul, changes 75% of their lineup to start the season. Chris Daniels, the second import for the Warriors, makes his first mark in the game. And there you have a look at last year's best local player picking up a nice pass from new teammate Brian Williams.
Here's Banchero, drives inside, and on a tough angle, gets it to go.
Another new face, but no stranger to the ABL, is Gabe Freeman, who isn't shy with the shot and drains his first couple of attempts. Another offensive rebound for the Beermen. It worked out really well for the Warriors, bringing in Stanley Pringle in the middle of the season. Mario Wisang cuts the 6-point lead, but is answered right back as Chris Banchero gets the foul and the basket on the other end.
That's going to count. So
second quarter action, and Thomas going to work in the paint. But RJ Rosada drains a couple of quick jumpers to put the Beermen up by 9.
That's a 3. RJ Rosada with the tray.
Shortly after, the Beermen leaves Wisang all alone at the top, and he takes advantage with the tray.
Giving the song all kinds of space. So we have good hands by Thomas to denies Williams. Cañada on a keep and scores on a
Jarek Speedy Cañada cuts the Beermen lead to 5 until a costly turnover sends Banchero the other way for the score.
And here's Daniels baseline.
Brian Williams with a sluggish start the entire first half, and Cañada continues to ride the momentum for the home side. But it would be the Beermen with a 5-point lead at the half.
Well, actually, hi, Yanni. I'm glad to be back in Indonesia. We really just thought about the best thing to do for the team. Put together the right players, right combination, considering the plan that we have for the coaching and the plan for the team as well.
Back after the half, it was a completely different Brian Williams with some nifty footwork in the lane. A much-needed 3 by local Christian Sitepu fires up the crowd. Brian Williams continuing to heat up in the third and cleans up the mess underneath.
Cleans up the junk inside. Chiro.
Rizada hits the uncontested shot.
Rizada clears space for himself. That's a great play.
He misses the next one, but who else other than Brian Williams to pick up yet another offensive putback?
Intercepting the pass, and he's all by himself for the easy layup.
He's got to get used to his new home court. Nice pass inside there to Daniels.
Daniels has to gather himself, and on the fadeaway hook.
Again in the next play. Fight again and
Mishandled by Hidalgo.
back and forth as both sides pick up the scoring pace. But the Beermen maintaining the lead thanks to the heads-up play by Brian Williams, who stretches it to a 9-point lead going into the final quarter. The Warriors having to sideline star point guard Stan Pringle for up to 12 weeks due to injury to start the season. Now having to rely heavily on their inside man Steve Thomas, and the Warrior backcourt of Wisang and Cañada trying to do their part to fill the gap.
Some great moves by Eric.
But the Beermen able to have their way on the inside with Chris Daniels on the bench for most of the fourth quarter due to foul trouble.
Really need to score here, and Thomas does.
In the end, it was too much Brian Williams as he finishes with 15 points and 19 rebounds.
The entire Beermen bench.
Plus this beautiful assist to the cutting Banchero to put this one in the books. This was the first time these teams have met since last year's finals, and the heated rivalry continues to show even after the final buzzer, as a small scuffle breaks out at center court between Taulava and a frustrated Richard Smith, who went 0 for 10 in his debut with the Warriors. Overall, not great shooting by both sides, with the Beermen winning the rebounding edge. Mostly thanks to this man, player of the game, Brian Williams.
Well, thank you. I think we didn't play very well, but it happens na we're lucky because they committed a lot of turnover. And if you will see our execution play very poor, but because of we have a lot of experienced players from the PBA. We're able to beat this Indonesian team. And I think Indonesia is a very strong team.
Got off to a slow start, but all that matters is it's not individual performances that we just came out with the W, and that's all that matters.